Here is your bell ringer for Tuesday, December 1st. And we are working with different parts of speech. Action and linking verbs is this week's bell ringers. Underline the action verb in each one for Tuesday, December 1st. Number 1, charities appreciate the work of volunteers. If you're doing this on a sheet of paper, all you simply need to do is write down number 1 and write down the verb. Charities is your subject. Charities do what? They appreciate. Appreciate is number 1. Number 2, in fact, they need the help of volunteers in order to succeed. They is the subject. They do what? They need. Need is the action verb in number 2. Number 3, they often grow their funds by sending out requests for donations. They what? They grow. Grow is the action verb in number 3. The subject. That's how you find your verb better, is find the doer of the action. Number 4, most charities look for ways to spend their money wisely. Charities is the noun, the subject of the sentence. What do charities do? They look. So your answer for number 4 is look. Number 5, they feel the importance of their good works. What is the subject of the sentence? Normally, your subject will be at the beginning of your sentence. Not always, but typically. Who or what is the doer of the action? They. What did they do? They feel. So your answer for number 4 is look, and your answer to number 5 is feel. Mental, physical actions. Exercise B. Your typical linking verbs are is, was, were, am, are, be, and been. But some linking verbs look like they're action verbs, but they aren't. What linking verbs do is they link the noun after it to the subject. So the noun after it is the same thing as the subject, or it links the adjective, the description word after it, to the subject. For example, the flower is fragrant. Fragrant describes the flower. Or my teacher is Miss Scubis. Miss Scubis is the same thing as teacher. Okay? As I said, I'll describe that more tomorrow. Number 1, television fundraisers are popular at holiday time. This one has one of those being verbs, those basic linking verbs. Is, was, were, am, are, be, been. Number 1, your answer is are. Okay? Go ahead, and if you have the worksheet downloaded from the Bellringers assignment, you can simply underline your answers. If you're using a sheet of paper, you simply need to write down the number and the answer. You do not have to do extra work. Hey, 10th grade, I'm making this video for you so you understand what's going on in the bell ringer today on Thursday, December 3rd. Linking verbs. They do exactly what they say they do. They link the subject to the left to the adjective or noun on the right. There are some basic linking verbs that normally, once you start to work in the grammar, you tend to memorize them. Your basic linking verbs are is, was, were, am, are, be, and been. It almost has a beat to it. Is, was, were, am, are, be, been. Is, was, were, am, are, be, been. Those are being verbs. If
you have a linking verb, however, that is not one of these basic ones, then it still functions as a linking verb, but I like to say they're disguised as action verbs. For example, the muffin tasted sweet. Very short sentence, but the linking verb in this sentence is tasted. We know that the verb here is linking because the word after it, sweet, is an adjective. And the adjective here describes the muffin. Okay, so what it does is it's linking the adjective on the right to the subject on the left. Okay? Another example. My coach is Mr. Griffin in our building was a basketball coach. That's why I thought of him. My coach is Mr. Griffin. Is a linking verb. That's one of our easier ones because it's one of our basic ones. Should have said Mr. Gorell. We know our football coach, Mr. Gorell. I was thinking our G, but anyways, Mr. Griffin here is a noun. And he is the same person. He renames coach, which is our subject. One more example for you before we get started on the bell ringer. The flowers smelled good. Smelled is our linking verb. Now, another way you can do this, because normally whenever you have a sentence and you have to identify the linking verb, it's not going to be this short. So you can ask yourself this question: is the flower smelling? No, flower doesn't have a nose. So if it is not a mental or physical action of the subject, then it's a linking verb. The subject is not doing the action. So the verb here is doing the linking. It's linking good, the adjective, to the flower. Okay, we're going to do our bell ringers next. I'm going to turn the camera off and direct it to my paper.
As you have been doing on your worksheet, you simply need to underline the correct answer. If you are doing this on a sheet of paper, you can just write the number and your answer. Number 3, each donation will be, or number 2, many viewers seem happy to call in their donations. I already have that one done for you. Let me explain why. The answer is seem. Viewers is your subject. Viewers seem happy. Happy is an adjective that describes the viewers. Therefore, seem links the adjective to the subject. So number 2, you would write down or you would underline seem. Number 3, each donation will be a help to a needy person or organization. The subject is donation. Donation, we can think about what those basic linking verbs are: is, was, were, am, are, be, been. So we already know what our answer is because of memorizing linking verbs, be, but it also has a helping verb. It has will. So will be is your answer. But just for the sake of learning, donation will be what? Help. So to help you understand, that will be is the linking verb. Donation and help, are they the same thing? Yes, donation is the help. So will be is your answer. Number 4, most people feel good about making a donation. Feel is the linking verb. So to backtrack and double check ourselves, people is the subject. People feel what? People feel good. Good is an adjective, and good describes the people. So feel is the linking verb since it links the adjective feel to people.
We're on exercise C for Friday, December 4th, and we're working with action and linking verbs. Number 1, local clubs collected food and clothing for hurricane victims. What did the clubs do? The clubs collected. Therefore, you're going to underline collected or write collected on your sheet of paper. Collected is a physical action. Don't forget that action verbs are mental or physical actions. Number 2, the boxes of donations grew larger every day. Now, grew can be replaced with one of our linking verbs, is, was, were, am, are, be, been. The boxes of donations were larger every day. Okay, so if a verb can be replaced with a linking verb and the sentence still makes sense, then it's a linking verb. So some of these are a little bit tricky. You can also help yourself figure out what the verb is by taking out the prepositional phrases. But here, grew is not an action verb. If the sentence read, for example, the boy grew 2 inches last year, the boy grew what? Inches. But here, we have the adjective larger that describes boxes. So we have the grew verb actually linking larger, the adjective, to boxes. Number 3, the organizers worried about shipping the items. We can take out the prepositional phrase about shipping the items to eliminate some of the wordiness of the sentence to better help ourselves identify what the verb is. And then we find our subject, organizers, and then we ask ourselves, the organizers did what? The organizers worried. And then ask ourselves, worried, is that a mental or physical action? Worried is a mental action. Therefore, worried is an action verb. We put A on our line or on our sheet of paper, number 3A, worried. Number 4, however, they remained confident. I'm recording over this worksheet, so I couldn't read the rest of the sentence there. I did take out the prepositional phrase, though. They remained how? Confident. Confident is an adjective that describes our subject, they. So remained does link the adjective, the descriptive word, to our subject, they. And we can do our shortcut, remained links the adjective to they.
they were confident. We can also replace remained with the basic linking verb, and the sentence still makes sense. Number 5, then a truck rental business offered to take the items. A, truck, and rental are all adjectives that describe our subject, business. Business did what? Business offered. So offered is a physical action that business is doing. So offered is an action verb. And number 6, helping hands became their motto. Now, at first, became looks like it's an action verb, but actually, motto is the same thing as helping hands. So became is a linking verb.